Welcome back to another Managers video. So today I'm going to be previewing our match tomorrow. So tomorrow sees us play FC United of Yate, the reserves. It's going to be a good game, important game for us as a club. And if you've seen my sort of a video which I released on Monday, sort of obviously it was a bit of a sort of bad week for us last week, but not sort of going over too much of what we've covered in the previous video. But nevertheless, it's a important game for us to get back to winning ways. And it's going to be a tough game. It's a team we know sort of kind of wellish as FC United of Yate was in our league last year, and we were sort of battling with them towards the end of the season to get promoted, which they won. One thing I will say, FC United of Yate is a club. I really like that club. We had a pre-season friendly against them as well this year off of the back of our sort of tussles last year, and a really good game with them this year. Yeah, as a club, I definitely sort of got a bit of time for and respect. Like, they're good lads and a sort of well-run club and do things the right way. So sometimes you just get that bit of a thing with a club, and Yate is one of those. So obviously that go out the window tomorrow, and we'll be fighting for the 3 points like they will. But yeah, it's I think it's a sort of a decent club and sort of respect them for what they achieved last year with a very good side. So what their reserves is like, I'm not too sure, but I said we will find that out tomorrow. But for my lads, in terms of tomorrow, we sort of had the training session like I hinted at on the previous video. So we're back in, we got back on training Tuesday and covered a sort of few things of the last sort of game or so, and really sort of putting emphasis on one, sort of relaxing and chilling and getting back to sort of enjoying it, because I said there was some sort of tension in tense legs and a bit of nervousness last Saturday with a sort of uncharacteristic performance really from us. But yeah, it's we talked about that at length at Tuesday night, sort of just making sure that we do have that fun aspect of the football side on it. And yeah, it's sort of fairly relaxed Tuesday night in sort of good training session. We also covered a few bits from sort of like a management point of view in the setup, with a couple of things what I've noticed have sort of creeped into our game, and some one or two things that have gone out our game, and sort of putting a focus on that, and the emphasis on what is needed, the sort of fundamentals of structures of a game day and setup and stuff like that. So we'll recover that again as well tomorrow morning before the actual game, so just to make sure it is fresh in their minds. But I'm fully confident really of going into the game. I said it hasn't been sort of the greatest starts to the season for us, but at the same time it's not the end of the world. We're not bottom of the league or anything like that, and it's very sort of early stages of we're sort of like 3 games in. But yeah, so it's going to be a good one tomorrow. We're at home at Bristol Imperial Sports Ground, so again, if you're about, come along and watch it. It's going to be a challenging game between two sides, sort of going for it, because I know the United of Yate, they haven't had the greatest of starts like us. So it'll be two sides going at it tomorrow, and it should be a really good game and sort of an interesting watch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for it really. I was like I said on my previous videos, I felt quite sort of down and a little bit low last weekend after the start, but sort of reviewing things and getting it clear in my mind, getting back on the training pitch with the lads on Tuesday, and we're going through a few things and addressing a few things. It's sort of raring to go, so I can't wait for the game to come along and sort of get back and hopefully get the positive results, which in my honest opinion I think we need a win or two, and once we get that win or two, I think my gut feeling and my instincts tells me I think we'll be flying and we'll progress sort of significantly from there on in. I think it's just a bit of a iffy start, a few players missing, sort of a bit of a depleted squad with injuries and holidays and stuff like that, but we're starting to get back to sort of a fuller squad tomorrow. And actually I got a sort of squad of 20 tomorrow, which is obviously going to be a couple of players missing out as we get stronger and getting people back. one real positive for us this week is Josh Gilbertson, who we know is like the last 2 seasons top scorer, and sort of like a real star forward for us. He's back in the squad Saturday, so Josh have actually had a fractured leg, so we're going to take it easy. He'll be in the squad. He definitely won't be starting, but he's going to be in the squad, and as he's getting back to sort of full fitness over the next week or 2, so that's a huge positive. George Williams, again, one of our sort of really good defenders, probably still about 3 to 4 weeks away. We've had a really bad sprained ankle, but that's getting ever closer, George's return, and obviously coming out the holiday season as well, we're going to be stronger as a squad with selections. So some positives on that front. In what I do want to sort of add in terms of, we've missed our top scorer because he hasn't played a game for quite some time now, but just a special shout out as well to George Peacey, who sort of what would have been Josh's deputy in the team. So George played for us a lot last year as a left back, sort of left mid and stuff like that, and George is a young lad with great potential, and a lot about him, and it's something would have been sort of looking at anyway in the pre-season of looking at George as a striker and giving him some time in pre-season, which we did. Little did I know we would be actually starting the season with George, and George he's been flying so far this season. I think it's 6 goals I think now for George, something like that. So he's actually been scoring the goals. Tom Blake, who's partnered him up front as well, has got a few goals, and Tom's a very good player in a sort of different kind of player to Josh and George, but Tom's been scoring them as well. So we've been fortunate in that front that George has stepped up and well, say deputised for Josh. I mean, at the moment he's replaced Josh, and George is in the side and leading the line and scoring goals. So at the moment that's George's place now, and it's up to Josh to come back in and put the pressure on George, or 1 or 2 of the others. But yeah, so that's pleasing when you're getting big players coming back. But the lads, look, I said that they look relaxed in training on Tuesday. Look, they're fairly sort of good atmosphere, and sort of as much as you can when you haven't started greatly with results. But I believe sort of Saturday, if we stick to the sort of game plan and do what we've talked about, I think we're going to be fine. Whether it'll stick and we'll get the win this Saturday, or it may, like I said, it may be the Saturday after, but if we stick to sort of what we need to do, it's only going to be a matter of time before we start clicking and picking up the wins. So let's hope it's Saturday and sooner rather than later. But like I've said to the guys, there's no pressure either. It's a long season, and it's a process that we're all gonna go through, and they'll go through as a team and as a squad together and as a club. So that's the thing of sort of taking a bit of pressure off everybody. But I know that the lads, they're too good to be the sort of current form what they're in. It's just with one thing or another, it's been a bit iffy to start with, but they're too good individual players and as a team. So it's only a matter of time. So hopefully that will start Saturday. But yeah, if you're about, come down, Pira Sports Ground, come down and cheer us on, and hopefully you'll see a cracking game of football. And as always, thanks for watching this video, and if you have, like and subscribe to our channel. It's getting bigger day by day, week by week. Head over to our social media channels, follow us on all our social channels, and as always, thank you for your support, and it is appreciated by myself and on behalf of everybody at the club. But yeah, I will check in with another video when once we've had the game and a post-match, when our highlights will be up, and you'll see me then. And hopefully, like I've said in pre-season, hopefully with a huge smile on my face from an excellent performance and an excellent 3 points. But thanks as always, and I will see you then.